Tucker's really just kind of exit cutting, and he kind of turns into just like almost a block, like almost like just a little chip screen. And to Mike, your point, look at the chip, right? It creates enough space that Holiday really now has to kind of kick it into gear to close down that space. And then that makes this little eye fake that much more, powerful, because now Holiday, where normally he maybe could close it down with length or footwork, has to jump.
And now he's out of the play.
Yeah, he's got to play it, right? And now the jump allows this 2-on-1, and the dribble is really important here. This is one of those little things I think that the average fan or even player misses, is this is not a side dribble, and it's not an immediate kick. It's a hard dribble towards the basket, which engages the defender's chest, and it allows it. Look at this space now, right? Mm-hmm. And this is the guy you want.
That one bounce freezes Middleton to get Tucker that shot.
There it is. A side note for you, for the players and coaches listening, no matter what you run against the zone, this is Syracuse obviously playing their patent 2-3 zone. No matter what you run against the zone, you have to get an advantage ball. You have to occupy more than one defender at some point to get an advantage basketball to get the ball moving. So at some point against the zone, unless it's just a bad defense, once the zone is set, at some point you're going to have to get an advantage ball. This ball coming out of here is an advantage ball. He may not even have one defender really pressing up on him and physically guarding him, but he, like Mike pointed out, is really occupying the attention of 5 defenders, therefore being guarded by 5. So when this ball comes out, that's an advantage ball. It's really important how you practice. You have to practice at speed, because the guy that caught it in the corner didn't blink. He caught it and fired it. That has to be repped out and practiced, because even if they did all the spacing right, all the timing right, all the identification of advantage ball right, and the guy in the corner is not prepared to catch and shoot at speed, it was all for nothing. And coaches, Mike and I and our court session team, we're huge believers in playing advantage basketball, and a lot of reasons, but one of the reasons is this. This is the best player in the country, and arguably the best coaches here in the country, and Gino cannot scheme anything that gets Paige this wide open for a shot. There's no play, right? There's no screen or action or kind of system that can do that. But by attacking the paint, recognizing advantage ball, and playing with spacing, look what happens.
Offense always has the advantage. It's our job as coaches to teach players on the court how to take advantage of that advantage and use it and play to it. If everything's got to be a play or scripted, then the kids don't learn anything, and it's not as fun to play, and it's not as fun to watch.
Boy, we could really go long on that, and maybe we will next time, Mike. But just when you said that, it made me think it's also so much easier to defend a scripted play, because the defense knows it's coming. Oh, okay, you pass it, then you go set the screen, then she comes out, then she moves. They can't defend. They can know this is coming, but they still can't defend it, because if you do, you give up a layup. Again, look at this play. You can't draw up a play that open for Paige, much less for another teammate here. And if you don't have a player that's maybe proficient in back to the basket, or you don't want to run your offense through a post, you can still have them be very effective by doing exactly what Golden State does here with Looney. They just kind of put him in this short corner or dunker spot or porch, and almost everything he's going to catch is going to be what Mike and I refer to as an A-B decision. He's going to catch it and finish it, or catch it and move it. And this is a great spot to be, because it really holds defenders hostage. He's going to have to stay and give up driving lanes, or he's going to have to go and leave a taller, bigger player really close to the rim, which is also a wonderful thing for the offense. And it really creates a lot of offensive space here for decision makers on the perimeter, but it also puts one of your players that maybe doesn't feel as comfortable on the perimeter in a spot they can be successful. Mike, you referenced this pickup right here. This is such an important individual skill to have. First, you said like the recognizing of fake defense, like the shoulder, like you said, that limb, just the hand coming in. Jordan Poole here with the kind of high sweep over, and then he lands on balance. Nurkic commits with the chest. Look at the spacing again. pass. There's your fake at the rim.
And that's a good finish at the rim by Looney, which is terrific. But let's highlight the defense that also allowed Looney to get it and what did not happen by the defense. So Jurkic comes right now, and 33 here, Covington, has to sink. He's got to sink and put his chest in front of Looney. He's got to take that drop pass away, and 24 has to sink to the elbow, or to the nail, excuse me. He's got to get his feet to the nail. So now what you're forcing the defense to do, instead of getting a layup at the rim, you're forcing the defense to take either one or back to Draymond Green and hit a three instead of a 2-footer.
For our listeners, so what Mike really just did was at a very high level take you through, hey, you always want to live with maybe the worst offensive player trying to hurt you. And that's what that would have become. Everything Mike took you through would have led to probably Draymond Green catching the ball with under 7 on a shot clock and having to make a decision.